We are back. This is Melissa Shaw with Our Generation, where we educate, empower, and inspire. And I am so excited for my guest this week. One, I'm doing you within my 2 years before the 2 years ends. Not ends, but you know what I'm saying.
Yes, ma'am.
But I interviewed you after that first women's retreat.
Yeah, it's been about a year.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
guys was in the process of planning one to go out. I think it was Georgia.
That was our first one, was in Georgia.
Well, but you guys did a
Yeah.
mini one at the Airbnb, or was that Ariel's?
That was Ariel's womb wellness retreat where we first decided that we wanted to collaborate together. So
Okay.
that's
Oh
what you got
wow.
to, yeah, you got to experience that with Ariel. And I was just there to take pictures.
Wow.
And she actually just on the spot asked me to step in and do a little bow exercise at her womb wellness retreat.
Oh my
So
God.
that was an impromptu collaboration that just felt so aligned that's why we planned the bow retreat in Georgia.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. You got to watch it happen in real time.
Yes, that's exciting. That's exciting.
Yes,
But that was
yes.
my first introduction to well, I take that back. So Sky introduced me to the spiritual world.
Okay.
I met her here. She had me come to one of her sound baths.
Yeah.
I was blown away.
That's where I started seeing you.
Yes, and I was just like, this is amazing. I could not get over the fact that the high frequency shut my brain off.
That part.
And I remember Victoria, she was, because that was my first time, like, I didn't know anybody but Sky. And Victoria was across from me, and she had her heart chakra bowl. And that one was the loudest one out of all of them.
Interesting. And not, like, of course.
And that's when I was like, oh my God, there's something to this. And then meeting you and just like,
we can all thank Sky for her
absolutely.
sound baths at
but
Holiday
it just
Park. Plug that real quick.
No, for real, absolutely. But it just shows you the connection and also the willingness. Like we was talking yesterday because we had met up at the park, and Ninja had made a comment that she was kind of always closed off, and now she's giving herself the permission to allow herself to be in spaces. And that really resonated with me because I feel like I'm the same way. I don't have very many female friends.
Yeah.
I'm a loner. I
think that
don't really like women.
And here we are. And here we are.
But that has a lot to do with my relationship with my mother.
I mean, that makes sense.
And I realized that at Ariel's because that's the first time that I felt comfortable and open in your exercise. Because me and Victoria, we was partners. And just the energy that was exchanged through our eyes was so powerful.
Lets you know you're not alone.
Right. For her to cry, for her to say that she sees me, and I didn't even have to open my mouth and just then you have us write what we see like that. That is something that's so powerful. How did you stumble upon that? So we just started talking like y'all just joined us. Thank you. No.
Welcome to our world.
Right, but first, let everybody know your name and about you, your business, and then we'll get into.
Oh yeah, that's why we're here. Heard. Okay. I feel like we're in the living room.
I know. That's how it's supposed to be.
It looks like my living room with the brick wall.
I love that.
A little bit. Okay. So that's hilarious, actually. So I am Sarah Boutwell, going by Bowty these days.
Bowty.
You can still call me Sarah. I'm still Sarah. But yeah, I feel like a new woman since Joshua Tree. Full transparency. That's a real thing. Which was our second Bow retreat ever. So I do host women's wellness retreats and facilitate them with some incredible women that do amazing work in the community. And so to be able to take what we do to different parts of the now world, because we're doing Costa Rica in December. Oh my God. But to be able to just share our gifts with such intention and picking these locations, after we talked to Spirit about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is so special. It's so special. So this is definitely a part of the journey I did not even see myself in a few years ago. I didn't start doing these bow sessions that were going to go into my book that I was writing because I wanted to host women's retreats. Like that was not the next step in my brain. It's just what has happened. And I have to just keep following where I'm being led. And I used to be it used to be a struggle for change in my world because I'm a Taurus and I don't like it when things change. Like,
wow. And a lot's changed.
And it has to. It has to. I mean, I hate the cliche that my dad always used to say that everyone says, but one thing you can guarantee in life is change. Mm-hmm. That's an absolute truth. So the sooner you go ahead and just let that settle, yeah. the easier it is when change comes about. And really this year is a testament to that because if y'all don't know, to finish telling you about what I do, I run an art nonprofit, which I started back in 2015, and we do a lot of youth art workshops and let them become part of this art community early by displaying their work alongside the professionals and letting them sell it. And they just get to be part of so many cool experiences. We even have one youth artist that did a submission for her own mural. She wanted to do her own community project, so she's like leading up this whole thing.
I love that.
And so to see the impact just full circle already is really amazing. But this past winter felt like the longest winter ever. Let me tell you, I don't know if anybody else felt that, but something kept telling me to not plan my whole year out like I was used to doing. And I didn't know what that meant. And I even remember saying to a couple people, I feel like I just want to switch everything up and surprise everyone. And I did not know what I was speaking at the time. But December, I was a hermit. January, I was sick for almost the whole month of January. And really, literally laid there and cried about it because I was giving myself a hard time. I wanted to hit the ground running. It was the beginning of the year. Like, I was ready to go. But I was forced to lay on my ass and rest. And I'm glad that happened.
That usually happens before greatness comes.
At the end of January, I literally took a nap and vividly saw the big vision for what Regeneration Indy is supposed to become. And all of my passions were finally unified. I was able to see how and why I've had all the other experiences I've had in my world. And 3 days after that, I got the phone call, do you want to buy my wellness center?
Wow.
So, I kid you not. That is the order that happened in.
I do not. Honey, I do not want to
not make these things up at this point. So now that I am the co-owner of a holistic co-working wellness center, I understand why I kept having the urge to not plan my whole year out because I had to leave it open for whatever was going to come. And this is the next step for everything. So,
and I so can resonate with that because prior to me becoming a podcaster, I had my car accident that shut me down. I lost vision in my left eye and just like couldn't do anything. Was literally sat down and I had to rethink everything. And that's how this was born. It was presented to me. Hey, you ever thought about doing your own show? And I'm like, hell no. Absolutely not. What do you mean? That's not part of my vision.
Radar.
Like that's not. But the thing that you don't want to do is usually the thing that you're supposed to do.
That part.
I know.
You hear the slight resistance.
Yes.
Just a little bit still.
No,
it's cool. We ready.
Yeah, but it's hard because we don't see parts of, because I feel like we haven't utilized parts of ourselves that is required.
Okay, we in church.
No,
okay,
really,
really.
and it's scary, but it
yeah.
doesn't mean we're not capable of it.
That part.
It's we never was offered the opportunity or
Yes.
put in a space to really see, damn, I got all these whole other skill sets that I didn't even know I had. Like the ability to talk to people and to really make them comfortable.
Yeah.
We both have that. I feel like with you, with your bow, like that experience is amazing. And people trust you. Like when I had you come and do it at my very first R&R event.
Yeah. That was a crazy experience to have men in the room.
Yes.
And it was really eye-opening. It was really confirmation on that, and that was before I got the wellness center put into my lap and was being asked, when are you going to have a space that's open to all and not just women? And little did I know 2 weeks later,
wow,
there was going to be,
and that's a huge experience. Like for men to be able to experience that,
that I don't really have words for that.
There's not spaces for that.
And the fact that they just put themselves just right there, bold, brave, ready to go in front of whoever they were with, whether it was a male to male, we got to be vulnerable and do a 90-second stare, or I remember, the male and female one where they didn't know each other, but they had to learn to be safe in each other's energy in a 90-second, container. Yeah. And that was asking a lot. But the feedback from that is just confirmation why I do what I do.
And it even makes me want to have host those space. Every space that I'm gonna do is gonna be co-ed. It has to be done because if I don't know if you realize those men that were in there were under 31. That generation, I did not realize. That generation needs it. And ready. They just showed that they are ready.
Yeah.
But we don't provide spaces for that.
I love that. So more confirmation. I love that.
And we even talked about wanting to do more co-ed like that. Yeah. I feel like it's so needed because they need a safe space.
And I'm watching literally day by day more and more males get into the holistic wellness space, like whether it's a yoga instructor or someone who just got their Reiki certification, or any of that, or these mental health therapists. And it is refreshing because, kind of like I said at your Rest and Reflect event back in January, like I had to thank them, like thank you for letting us have to wear our masculine for as long as we did, and thank you for giving us the room and space to do our healing that we needed to do, that I feel like we've kind of all collectively been doing at least the last handful of years. Because it does feel like they're stepping up and they're ready to support us in ways that we haven't even felt that energy in a while, and it's there and it's beautiful. Nice. And I see us all coming together in such a way that I don't think I expected it this quickly. I don't know if it was the damn eclipse, if we're in a whole new dimension now.
We are. I felt that way in the country. And then introducing you to Ryan.
Yeah, that was really cool. What alignment there on the business front. And that just keeps happening more every day. That woman that just walked out, what a beautiful connection that was. Yeah. So I swear, it's just what I tell people all the time. Just keep showing up.
Absolutely.
Even when you're tired.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Give yourself grace. Listen to your gut. If you're tired, reschedule your shit. Set your boundaries and take a nap.
Yes, because that's what you did. You dove into that bed when I said no problem.
I did. Oh my gosh, thank you for that. Yes, we rescheduled this because I had to listen to my body.
Yeah.
I can't even feel guilty about it these days. No. I have to just be like, hey, this is how I feel today, and I'm gonna need you to just show me grace because I'm gonna go to bed, And I used to.
And we need to be able to be okay with that with people and not expect. We expect perfection. Oh, your word. Oh, yeah. People would get upset. Oh, can't she reschedule again like this, man? I'm just like, okay, that's what you need.
Yeah.
I do. So back to the bow activity.
Yes.
What made you do that? What experience that you and what was the first time you did it?
Full transparency, that was an exercise that I did at my very intimate, like 8-woman group bow session, the very first one I ever had in my home. And that wasn't anything that I had experienced before. It was just something that I felt led to do. Um, a lot of these retreat exercises are things that we have planned, like even in Joshua Tree, we set aside this time and we know what we're going to focus on, but we don't necessarily know the exact activity or exercise or practice that is going to be needed in that moment until it happens.
Yeah, because she had us screaming at the sky, by the way.
So we just go with the vibe, and thank you for loving me.
Yes, unconditionally. Absolutely, and trusting you,
and
that's huge.
So yeah, that wasn't anything that I had actually ever practiced before until I did it. And the exercise that we did in Joshua Tree, full transparency, I'm a professional, y'all, but sometimes when you do like this holistic work and you're dealing with people's trauma, like you have to read the energy in the group of people. And it just felt like there was no way that we were supposed to sit on the ground and drudge up our trauma and cry. Like, that's not what that vibe was. That whole retreat, we were there to focus on our solar plexus and who we knew we were and our confidence. And like, we've already overcome all that. And so I was really struggling trying to figure out, what do I do with these women? And I'm so thankful for Sweet Bunny, who came in the room when I was trying to lay down and just rest and receive these downloads, for lack of a better phrase. And she didn't know that that's what I was doing. She thought I was trying to take a nap. And right before she walked out of the room, she said, enjoy or have fun receiving your downloads. And I was just like, okay, this is why I have these women next to me. Ew, I'm not going to cry. But really, that's why I have those women next to me, to be able to come pick you guys up from the airport, which was the first time that we had done that, and just trust the other 3 facilitators to have the roses on your bed and the bow bags and everything all set up, ready to go, and to get back and for y'all to be greeted like that, and just know that that support is there, and they see that vision and they believe in it, and they're doing it with me, is everything.
It is.
Thank you for trusting us with that time in your world. That was 3 days. You dove in.
Yeah.
You're brave.
Yeah.
You showed up to the middle of the damn desert. Like, never been to California before. There was no waves. This was not surfing. Nobody was in the water.
No,
it was literally getting the moisture sucked out of our lungs by the desert.
And the way it happened.
But
like, everything was in alignment. Like, meeting you at P30, we hadn't seen each other for a minute, and you walk in and I'm there, and you say, so wouldn't it be funny?
And that is how that happened.
And I'm just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And then got the call, and like, never ever, but it was everything that I needed.
I love that.
And the universe knew exactly, but like you said, you got to put yourself in spaces.
Yeah.
And be aware of what's happening around you.
Yeah.
But everything was so intentional. That's the biggest takeaway that I have, is how intentional everything that you guys did was, down to the last, just minute detail.
Love that. You know, the first one that we did, which was exactly a year before the second one in Joshua Tree. Again, we didn't know exactly how we were going to set up the house, or even that we were going to have multiple altars or anything like that. I feel like we just knew all the things to bring, and we got there and just we're led to, protect the house in the way that we did, and put the things in the certain spots that we did, and Ariel with her beautiful bathroom adornments and the little altars that she does, just to show you guys that you're worthy of those little details and that luxury and just that beauty to be around you all the time. And that's really the environment we want to create.
I literally want to I said when I come back home, I'm gonna redo my whole house.
Right, just with fresh flowers and herbs everywhere.
Like everywhere. Like I don't want this place anymore.
Yeah.
This is the old me.
Yeah.
I want everything because I came back renewed with this light and this flow. But I've noticed here within the last week or so that it's starting to.
Ooh, good timing for this then. Yeah.
But
what parts are you noticing? You just like energetically, like your actual energy level, or is self-doubt starting to come up, or a mixture of things?
I would say that the energy has come down. Yeah. Not so much the self-doubt, but if it does, I can turn it quick.
Okay. Like you're able to catch it quick as soon as it starts to creep in.
Yes.
Which is a win in itself.
And I haven't had an anxiety attack since I've been back.
That's amazing.
And I had a really bad one a few months ago.
Were you having them often?
I used to a long time ago, but I had managed them, and then when I had my ribs fractured, and the way it was done, it brought up a lot of emotion and me not feeling safe. Yeah. Which triggered and spiraled, and so yeah.
Tell me about the one you had like a month ago. You said
it woke me up in the middle of the night, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I had to call my niece, and she had to talk to me. I thought I was going to go to the hospital. I had a hard time breathing, catching my breath, and it just spiraled.
And you haven't had one since you've been back. Why do you feel like you haven't had one?
Because I was living in a lot of fear, and I don't feel that now. Like I'm not afraid like I used to be.
Do you feel like was there a certain moment in the retreat where you felt like your fear just kind of washed away, or was it really just the whole experience for you, just being a brave motherfucker, going, I'm getting on this plane, I'm going to California, just from beginning to end, it made you fearless?
It did, but when I was there, it was me and we just got there, and Adrian came in the room, and we was just all talking, and I don't even remember how it came up, and I was like, I realized that I had been moving in fear, and I did not vocalize it until that moment, and so just saying it out loud, and it felt freeing.
And having somebody like her to be able to take that from you, like, and give back to you.
Yes.
Unconditional love and absolute no judgment and a safe space. She's just such a bright light and total positivity.
I said, who needs a hype man when you have her?
Your fear was replaced with like friendship, almost like support.
Yeah.
Which,
and then
thank God, like that's.
I love the love that I felt from myself. I never felt that before. It was so.
You looked real good the whole time, and you wore things that like I have never seen you in, even close to. And I was just so proud to see you out there, like literally. I think we joked about it at one point because it was a solar plexus theme and everything was in full bloom, but literally with your center, your pollen out to the world, girl. Like, and it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous to watch. Yeah. Full bloom Melissa.
And literally, when I want to get a tattoo that says I'm in full bloom.
Yeah.
Because I felt that way.
We deserve to live life feeling that way. There's no reason for us to have that armor on our center anymore. I mean, like we said, we've been through it. We already did all that.
Yeah,
so now it's
that time to stop reliving that. You did your work.
Yeah.
So what's next? And then even being able to turn and love myself so that I can in turn love other people better.
Yeah. And
not love them out of fear.
That part, people pleasing.
Yeah. Because I grew up, the love that was given to me was conditional from my mother. Again, everything stems back from that, which makes it hard for me to connect with women. But being in a space where I kind of had no choice.
You wasn't gonna go nowhere in the middle of the desert.
No. So how do you? I mean, and then the exercise you did for us, like, what are your thoughts
on the group bath session?
It just the whole thing
or the whole retreat?
Yeah,
in general. I loved how everything was so in flow, and I don't know another phrase for that. When dishes needed to be done, somebody was there doing them. Nobody ever had to ask. And that's just a little behind the scenes stuff that can end up being a lot as a facilitator.
Oh, absolutely.
Holding space for people's energy. And so just the fact that it flowed so well was amazing to me. But I think the exuberance, just joy, the constant dancing, the constant almost just screaming in celebration, the constant oohing and awing about each other, the constant. I mean, it just felt like there was not any time during that where that wasn't happening, where you weren't hearing somebody complimenting someone else or literally or figuratively bowing to them, which is what it's about, right? So I took so much away from that. I didn't realize I was going to get that much out of that retreat, but Serena and I had went for my birthday a year prior to that, fresh off of the first bow retreat that was in Georgia. So I was going to have a bow event in Reno, Nevada, and we're like, Joshua Tree's bucket list. We got to just go there for 2 days and then go do this thing in Reno. And that's when we knew that we had to bring the ladies back to that space. And so to be able to be back there, not only with my best friend, but with the group of women that we love living in Indianapolis with. And then Kat from Reno, Nevada, to come down with a friend that none of us had ever met before, and that connection. It was just really, really special to take you guys back to the same places that we explored in the national park. Just the magical energy that's in that land. To be able to see y'all feel it and just experience it and really be grateful for it and not take advantage of any moment. It was just, everyone was so in the moment
and feeling like your inner child.
It was so fun.
So can I? I didn't get that
so much.
I didn't get that video. Did you post those videos?
I need to send it to you.
Yes, of me running in the desert.
I have it. You are literally you have a cape like a little kid, flying free. You're about to take off.
Yes. And so, I would not. I would not have done that.
It was awesome to watch.
Just feel no inhibition, it was just
that's what I took from it.
A fuck.
That's. I'm with you on I'm finally starting to be okay, we're back in real life and I have to do, real work now, I guess. But I'm finding joy in the tasks, and I know that it can be fun when I make it fun, and there's no reason why I can't take breaks throughout the day and go run around the backyard with a kimono like a cape. And relive that moment. And so I think that is what I got out of it. To fully answer your question, was just we've been through enough struggle. It's time for fun and ease, and to just know that and embrace it,
to not be scared. More people doing it.
Yes, celebrating.
It's infectious.
So that's why we made the summer solstice our first event,
which is so
that we're gonna do.
I literally I want to do a party at my house for the first day of summer.
Wait, okay.
But when I saw
I said Thursday, you can do it on the weekend.
I can do it on the weekend.
And I'll come to your thing on the weekend. So I'll come to mine on Thursday.
Yeah, you're right. I can do it.
But we're literally gonna have a celebration circle. It'll be just high vibrations, everybody enjoying being alive and getting to have this new home that is literally for our whole community. I mean, yes, it's Ari and I's wellness center, but oh my gosh, like when we got handed this gift, and not even handed, we worked our asses off to figure out how to ensure this gift,
No, definitely.
But that being said, like we knew it wasn't just for us and that it was for our whole community. So to be able to bring in new holistic practitioners, I mean, the space is beautiful and has so much room for growth. So the events that are going to be able to happen there, just the regular community gatherings that we're going to be able to have there, and just the body work that's going to be able to be done, and not even just body work services, all holistic wellness practices, all together in one space for literally everyone. So I'm excited.
I'm excited for you, and I'm here for it. So where can they find you at?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
No. Real talk on, Instagram and just the website Epicenter Indie. Is the new wellness center. As far as the art nonprofit goes, that's Regeneration Indie on all of the things. The Bow Project with the women's retreats, that's Bow, BOW, Beauty of Women on all of the things. And
how can one support you?
Oh my gosh, in numerous ways right now, to be fully transparent. The 9-year anniversary youth art show is coming up at the end of July. So Regeneration Indie is always taking any type of donation through, whether it's art supplies or monetary. You can go on the website and just either email us or donate straight through there. And that goes to ensuring that these kids get quality art supplies and really cool creative experiences with professional artists. I love that part of what I do, and that will never stop, regardless of what direction life is taking me. That is a forever thing. And then as far as the wellness center goes, Ari and I are new business owners. Full transparency, we need new practitioners in the space. Anyone who wants to do an event there, we're taking plant donations because we have 2 really beautiful nooks that have lots of plants in them. So more greenery in this space is always welcome. But you can go on the Epicenter Indie website and also see the things that we're taking donations for. Just things like signage on the outside of the building so people can find us easier, a little seating area so people can do consultations in the main space. So you can go on the website and see ways you can support. And then we're always looking for women-focused businesses who want to sponsor the Bow retreats, because you can personally attest to the power of a woman being able to receive a free spot for something that they knew they wanted to go to and they knew they wanted to experience, but they weren't necessarily able to fit it into their budget. But to have someone bless them with a free spot means everything. So any woman-owned business that wants to sponsor the next Bow retreat that's in Costa Rica in December to give a life-changing experience like Melissa had, that's a huge help as well. So.
All right. Well, thank you. And this has been a long time coming, and I'm so excited to see you in 6 months to get an update, to see what you've accomplished.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get to work.
No pressure. No pressure.
I love it.
No, but this has been Melissa Shaw with Our Generation, where we educate, empower, and inspire. And I know that you've had to been educated and empowered and inspired by my love, Sarah. The light that she brings even exudes through the video. You bring so much to this world, and just providing the spaces. And like you said, we got work to do, but I feel like everyone that is supposed to align is starting to. And we're creating this massive army, just like in Joshua trees. So when I look across, I literally felt like those Joshua trees look like like an army of them.
Yeah.
And that's what we brought back.
Yeah. And what was cool about that army that Alicia said is that every single one of them was expressing itself in a different way.
Yes.
So they were standing tall, but every single one of them was completely unique. And that was amazing.
That's exactly what we have. Everybody is unique. Everybody brings something. And we all allow for that to be seen and to be showcased.
Yeah.
And no ego. And it's just like, let's just all do this together because it's the bigger picture. Yeah. It ain't even got nothing to do with us.
Period.
We're a vessel that is trying to create a generation to come up that is completely different from us.
Set up, ready to enjoy the new earth.
Absolutely. So I'm for the ride. We about to just keep an eye on all of us.
I love it.
Yep. So we are out.
Thank y'all. Love it. Yeah. You're so cute.